Hey YouTube, I have got a video review for you guys today. If you love your country and you support the Second Amendment, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. If you like the looks of this flag that we're looking at right now, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. This is a product from a company by the name of Tactical Traps. I'll put a link in the description to for their website. But this is their 1791 Whiskey Barrel Special Edition Concealment flag. And basically it's a flag with a concealed area behind it where you can put your valuables or your firearms or whatever you would like. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this flag. It's made from whiskey barrels, actual whiskey barrels. And so it's pretty interesting because the whiskey barrels still contain up to like 5% of whiskey still left into the wood. That's trapped into the pores. But anyways, again, this is the 1791 whiskey barrel flag. The reason they call it the 1791 is you go back right to the beginning of our country being founded, not too long after. George Washington is still the president of the United States, and our country was in like $25 million in debt from the Revolutionary War. And so, you know, he had to figure out a way to pay for all that debt somehow. So they decided to come up with what they call a whiskey tax. So all the people weren't too happy about it, especially the farmers, you know, that grew all the ingredients to make the whiskey. And so whenever they sent a U.S. Marshal down to start writing fines and collecting, you know, due on all the taxes and all that, people weren't happy. And so 500 armed men pretty much just captured this one U.S. Marshal and wouldn't let him go. And so George Washington sent down like 13,000 troops for this one U.S. Marshal. And so that's where the term Whiskey Rebellion come from. And so that's why they decided to make this flag out of old whiskey barrels. And I think they did a mighty fine job. And I want to give you an up close and personal look at the flag and show you all the features. So hang with me. All right, first things first, the flag measures 25 inches by 15 inches, and that's the exterior part of the flag. Now, the interior part, where you would be able to put your valuable items, your guns or jewelry, whatever you want to store in it, is going to be 22.5 inches by 10.5 inches. And I know you guys are excited as I am, and y'all want to see how to get in this thing. Well, let me show you. When you get the flag, it'll come with two key cards, and it'll show you, it'll have a little dot. When you unpackage it, it'll have a little dot somewhere mounted right in here, showing you where to swipe the key card. And it just tells you the right location, so you know where to swipe it. And so you have to remember that area, when you try to get into it with the key card, you'll know the correct place to swipe. And I'm going to try to do it. I've only been in it a few times because I just got it mounted up, and I just wanted to show you how this thing works. So what you'll do is you'll take your key card and swipe it. And is that not bad to the bone? Now, the alarm's fixing to go off because the door's open. If you leave it open, it'll start sounding. But I just wanted to show you, it's got an LED light in here that's motion activated that comes on as soon as the door opens. And so I have my two guns mounted in here. And of course, I had to throw my Trump sticker up. And anyways, this piece of foam right here, it'll be just one solid piece, and you have to cut it out to fit your guns in there. So whichever guns you want to put in there, like I said, you'll have to cut it out. And so they also supply you with a couple of magnets to screw into the back of the flag so the guns hold up in place. And they fit in there nice and tight. There's no chance that they would fall off. And so I think Tactical Traps did an amazing job with this flag. I think it really looks great. The craftsmanship on it is they did a nice job. And so let me go ahead and close it, and I'll show you up close just how they made it. They took steel, and I guess they had some sort of bracketry or whatever, and or stamped these out of steel somehow, and you know, they basically screwed it into the planks there on the side. And so all this that you see that's black is just a powder coated steel, and you can see all the stars, they're all punched out nice and crisp. And so everything just looks spot on. I couldn't have asked for anything better looking than this flag, because they did a nice job. And so the whiskey barrels just have a lot of good character, and so I'm really pleased with it. And what more can you say? I mean, it's beautiful. It's an American flag. So when you get the flag, it comes with this certificate of authenticity. It tells you that it's number 263 that was made, because it is a special edition. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And so I'm going to show you how to get into it one more time, because I know you guys are wanting to see it again. I can't get enough of it. I keep opening the thing because I just think it's so cool. I feel like James Bond every time I open this thing up. All right, here we go. I'm still trying to figure out. Oh, I hit it. I hit the right spot. And you can see everything is really nicely made. They've got the adjustable hinges right here at the very top on both sides, and it's got these shocks that pop the door open, and those shocks are really stout. You can, as soon as that lock opens, it pushes this thing up really quick. And so like I said before, it's got the LED motion light, and then it has this lock. I don't know how good you can see that, but it has a nice locking mechanism, and it takes there we go. It takes 3 or 4 AAA batteries or whatever, and it comes with the batteries and everything, so you don't have to go out and buy those. And you know, everything is just, it just works great together. So I've never seen a more high-tech looking product than this. You know, for this price, I think they've got this one on sale right now for $397 because it's a special edition and it's made from the whiskey barrels. But they've got some other flags on there. And let me go ahead and shut the door because the alarm keeps going off. And that's a good feature, the alarm, in case somebody opens it up or forgets to close it. You know, it's going to sound, and you know, that's a good safety feature to have. But you know, it's not very good when you're trying to make a video. One thing I wanted to let you know about this product is it has that locking mechanism that, like I said, you use the little key cards to open it up. Well, it takes several batteries on the inside, and you know, I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, well, what happens if the battery dies and you can't get in there to get to the batteries to open the door? Well, right before the batteries die, it goes ahead and unlocks the door so you can get to the inside of it. But if for some reason it doesn't open or whatever, they have this little device, and there's a port on top of the flag. And I've got mine plugged in, so if you see it plugged in up there, it's no big deal. I'll get on a ladder and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So just hang tight. All right, here is the battery backup box, and inside this box it houses, like, I believe it's 4 AAA batteries, and it has this little port that comes out of there, or little wire that comes out of there, and you can see this little port that goes down into the side of the box, and you just take and you plug that wire down in there. If for some reason the batteries go dead on the inside, you can plug this into the port, and it acts as like a battery backup, so you'll always be able to get into the flag and access your guns or valuables. And I think that's a cool feature. So I've just got mine velcroed, about said zip tied. You can tell I'm a real redneck. Everything always revolves around zip ties, but now I've got Velcro on mine, so it just holds it down nice and neat, and if I ever need to get into it, all I have to do is just plug it in right in there, and you can see. Anyways, but I also wanted to show you how I've got mine mounted. What I did was I made a mark in the very center of my wall right there, and then I also put a piece of tape and I marked the center of the flag. And so I measured and found the right height. And also keep in mind, when you mount this thing, you want it to be mounted kind of high, because you don't want the door to be so low that you have to crouch down to get into the flag. So make sure you mount it high enough. And so to find the studs, I just used a cheap stud finder, and you can see I've got the stud marked right here, and I've got it stud written down right there. And so you come over to the other side of the flag, and I found the stud over here, and as you can see, it was really close. I was all the way to the edge of this stud, because you got to keep in mind the box has some plywood that comes to about right in here, so I just am right there on the edge of catching that stud. And so I used the supplied hardware that they supplied, and it's pretty much some 2.5, 3-inch screws with a special security bit, and I just screwed it from the inside, and I'll show you from the inside of the box exactly how I've got it fastened. And you know, by hitting into 2 studs, it really mounted solid on the wall, and it's not going to go anywhere. So you can see it's pretty solid. All right, guys, you can see like I said, I was barely able to catch the corner of the stud, so that's why those screws are right there in the corner. And go ahead, and what you'll want to do is pre-drill those with just a small drill bit, or you know, you don't have to, but I would suggest it so you don't split the wood. And I went ahead and drilled this one and the one right up top, and I mounted them as clean as I could, and got them all 4 screws in the stud, so it's definitely not going anywhere, and I'm pretty pleased with it. And like I said, whenever you get it, it'll be one solid piece of foam, and you'll have to take a razor blade or an X-Acto knife or whatever you have, and cut out around the guns. You'll trace around them with a marker and then cut them out, and you can see the rest is history. It's all done. And so this is the way that it turned out, and I think it looks amazing. So anyways, guys, make sure you check out Tactical Traps website. I'll put a link in the description. And hey, if you like my Trump bumper sticker, you can check out Shield Republic. I'll put a link to them as well. And I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you comment. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you hate it. It doesn't matter to me, because I know it's pretty, and I'm really impressed with it. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, And if there's a video you'd like to, or a product that you would like to see me do a video review on, please put it in the comments. I really do appreciate that. So thanks for watching.